Hi everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to see how we can integrate HashiCorp Vault inside of Bruno. HashiCorp Vault is a centralized, secure password management system, you can say, for a basic definition where you can put all your secrets, passwords, API keys, credentials, and you can access and you can put a lot of limitation settings there where who can access, how many times he can access, and password rotations, and a lot of stuff. So we will see the documentation from the HashiCorp Vault, what it is, and then we'll see with a basic example how can integrate that inside of Bruno by setting up a basic server. So if you're using a Mac, so we are going to do this demo on the Mac, but if you're a Windows user, you can read the documentation and you can set up the same thing. So let's get started with the HashiCorp Vault and let's understand what it is. And here we are with the HashiCorp documentation, and we will see about the Vault, what it is, and how you can set up inside of Bruno, why it is important, and why you should put rethinking about how you store your secrets. So let's start with a very basic thing. Let me ask you how you store your password or API key, credentials, and all other stuff. So the basic way that everyone do, or even as an organization, let's say the organization do, is putting their credentials inside the env files, and from where you will configure configurations. If you're putting your front end, and you will add your environment inside a virtual configuration files or env files, and that's how it works. Or you will put somewhere centralized document, and you will access those things from there. But the issue is, if someone can able to catch those environments, it can damage your system, or it is not a proper secure way to keep your things secure of API key and other things. Here is HashiCorp Vault comes in, and it solves the issue where it centralizes everything at one place and you can access things from there. So Vault provides a centralized, well-audited privilege access and secret management for minimal critical data. So it just like works like you have a one central store, and you will put your data, all your secret data there, and you can configure a lot of things on that particular store because you are a owner of that store, and you can put a lot of things, and it's available for to accessing from different systems, and you can do a lot of configurations there to protect your systems. Do and here are the complete guide how you can manage those static secrets, manage certificates. So a lot of time while publishing the your deployments, all the certificates you need, just like a client certificate, or you if you have any custom CA certificates, so you can also manage those kind of certificates with the HashiCorp Vault. And you can use a plugin and a lot of things, but the basic definition is Vault is a centralized system for secure security management, and you will put your secrets there, and you can access from that, and you can that's how you can keep your system secure, and you can manage that things inside of Bruno to make your API works and use all the secrets inside of Bruno. And feel free to read this documentation to understand what Vault is. If you're new to that, if you're new to HashiCorp Vault technology and how to use that, feel free to read documentation. And once you do that, you can follow this tutorial how you can integrate that Vault inside of Bruno. So if you go to Bruno and go to secret management, go to secret managers. So Bruno provides you three different secret managers where you can integrate or access the secrets from there. So one is you can go to overview, and you can go to HashiCorp Vault, and you can read this documentation. The important thing to mention here, this feature is not available in open source. This is a part of Ultimate and Pro licensing. So if you want to integrate a HashiCorp Vault, which is a really important and secure technology, so you have to work with for Ultimate licensing. You can check out the pricing page available in Bruno website. If I go to set up a Vault server, so so if you go to Bruno, we have a secrets preference page where you will find the settings, and you have to choose the Vault server, and then you have to set up, and you have to fill the information, and that's the stuff which you have to do. So let's start with how to set up Vault and how you can do that. Feel free to read documentation for the Vault for how you can add a, add a Vault, how you can configure that, how you can use the secrets, and how you can also use that with a CLI, what the configurations you have to do. So let's start with setting up Vault on your local system. We are going to just create a small demo which Vault provides, and some basic configurations for the Mac users. If you're a Windows user, feel free to read documentation from here how you can set up a similar thing for a Windows machine. So let's start with setting up Vault. You can set up a Vault inside your system for the Mac users, and how you can configure a basic local system, and how you can use that inside of Bruno while setting up your secrets there. So we'll start and we'll understand that. So you have to use this command to install a tab, a HashiCorp tab, and it will just set up a tab, which is you can take a package manager for specifically for HashiCorp Vault or things you need to install all the to run a Vault server successfully. So once you do that, just enter and it's there because I already installed this and already followed this step. So it will install that and it's already there. And we already installed this thing. That's why it's showing me no required formula. Once you do that, you can just simply say Vault server dev and it will be available on a port number 8200 and this is something which you have to run inside your browser. So if you go to your browser and if you run this thing, this is the login which you have to do. We will take a token from the CLI which generated, or you can change the method, but go with the token because it only works for the token. The local setup which we have configured now, and the token you will get a token from here. So this is a publicly available. This is not something that which I have configured for my dev system or something like that. It is something publicly available, so you can use the same for your system as well, and it will give the token access token similar for all the users, and you can use that. You can log in and you can see the whole dashboard is live now. So things you can do, you will set up your secrets here and you can access inside your APIs, which you are going to see how you can access that inside of Bruno. So the things you have to do is you have to go to secrets and you have to configure your secrets first. So you can give the name to your path of these secrets. So I will say database secrets and I would say database URL, and I'm just adding a value as Bruno because we are using this for example. We are not using this for to publishing something in production. So we are just using for an example. So that's why I've added a Bruno. But if you're using for a production or something demo with your app, just make sure you're adding a correct URL here. So you can see that I added a Bruno here as a database URL. I added, and then I save this, and we are done. So two things we need from here. One is a path. So we don't need to configure any semantic versioning like a version 1 or 2. You just need to copy this because we are not doing anything into production, so we don't need to use anything like this. It's just the best practices to use this secrets path from here. So we need one thing, and if you go to Bruno, let's see and understand how can use these things in the Bruno and how can set up that. And just make sure to just copy this URL or port number, you can say 8200. If you go to preferences and say secret manager, if you go to add a secret manager, so we provide 4 different options: Vault Cloud and Vault Server, AWS Secret Manager, and Azure Key Vault. I will say configuration, it just give the quick check or quick test is working fine or connected properly or not, and just say add. So right now our configuration are done. We added a database here, which is our Vault server name, you can say. And if you go to collection level settings and you can see Vault, so I have this simple collection and I'm going to use the Vault secrets inside my Bruno, and I have this Vault provided and I would say add a secret. So here is the interesting thing: you have to add your secrets and the path which you copied previously from, and the name of the secret how to access inside a Bruno. So this is a name which you can keep anything because this is something you're going to access inside a Bruno, and it will automatically fetch the values from the secrets, the path we are going to put here. So I would say bb URL. This is the name which I going to configure, I going to use inside of Bruno. So you can put it anything, and here is the path which we will get from here, and we'll mention that this is a path. And once you do that, you will just simply save this and click on fetch request. The database already there, and click that, and once you do that, the database URL is available here. So we are just fetching a secrets from your local instance which is running on this path called secret database secrets, and this is a database things which we configured inside a Bruno. You can give name anything to it. The only important thing, you have to make sure that you're copying an actual path and you are doing a correct configurations here, not the /v1 or something. It will give the error and it won't work for you. So right now you configured the HashiCorp Vault, but let's understand how can use inside of Bruno. So I have this collection called Echo Bruno. I have a few requests, and now let's understand how can use HashiCorp Vault secrets inside of Bruno. So I will just quickly execute this to make sure everything working correctly. So this is Echo Bruno endpoint, and we are receiving all the values. We go to scripts, and I would say already I have a scripts inside of Bruno, and this is a script which help you to access all the secret variables from your collection level settings. I will just quickly open settings and just to show you how it works. So I go to scripts and let's say, so this is the API, the way to access. This is available on the documentation as well, but to show you, so this is the way you can access brew.getSecretVar, and you have to pass the key, the name of your DB URL. I already mentioned this is how you are going to access. So feel free to put any name here. You will things make more related to the secrets which you are going to use. And I would say database, and this is a DB URL. I will just change this to this because DB URL. Okay, this is a database URL, not. I have to go to scripts, and I would say this is DB URL, and this is a database URL. Just make sure again, database URL, DB URL, everything correct. And I would just go to script again. I would open a console log. I will just remove this and I will execute this command, and you will see I am getting an undefined because I have just configured a wrong name here. Right now, if you see, the value I'm receiving here is Bruno, as we already put the value here. So I will just go to secrets, and if I just want to show the Bruno, you will see the value which we have set up is Bruno. And if you go to Bruno, you will see we are receiving the same value which we configured in a HashiCorp Vault running local server. If you want to use these values from the inside a body or header somewhere, so you can also use that by saying, I'll just quickly remove this and say key, and the syntax you have to follow is secrets dot database URL and dot, not a database URL, this would be a DB URL. This is a DB URL, and this is a database URL. Just check once, and everything looks good. If I go to header and if I execute this, it's going to fail. Okay, it's executed successfully, but if I go to timeline and if I check the headers values here, and it would say key, you have to wrap this inside a bracket. So I now execute this. You can say I will receive key Bruno, which is the value which we configured, and we will be getting the same value inside of Bruno. So you can use this inside a body, you can use this inside a headers, you can use anywhere, and you can set a values as well. If I want to just say, I just want to change this to, okay, I just do Control Z and I would say Bruno, and if you see, I'm receiving a Bruno, which value which we have set up. So feel free to use this anywhere. You can use headers, auth, request, variables, anywhere you can use. And this is how you can configure and you can access the secret variables which you have set up in a vault through the getSecretVar API, brew.getSecretVar. And in the headers, you have to follow the syntax $secrets and whatever the key, the name you have configured here, and whatever the name of that value which you have received or which you have fetched from the secrets. HashiCorp Vault, and how you can manage inside of Bruno. So if you have a lot of secrets available or you have configured, if you can go here and you can, again, if I go to dashboard and secrets, you can see the JSON values as well. You can do the configurations and you can set up a new values. If you go to secrets and you would say database secrets, metadata, and you can create a new values, or you can just go to secrets here, and if you want to see the JSON values, you will also see the JSON values from here. Just checkbox. Okay, you can edit from here. No metadata. Okay. So the way you can create a lot of values from here, you can configure a lot of values and you can access inside of Bruno, and you can configure a lot of values. You can make change inside of Bruno. You can access the values. You can, through the scripts, you can manipulate a lot of things. And you can, while testing a secrets, you can do your own custom scripts and just make sure everything works correctly. So this is how you can integrate a HashiCorp Vault inside of Bruno, how it works, and this is how you can access. So thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next video.